What's going on, guys? This is KNasty390 here. Welcome back to another episode of Cincinnati Reds Franchise, the draft-only challenge franchise. We can only use players that we have drafted or the Reds have drafted. This is episode number 6. We are going into the offseason of 2022. We'll be doing the next regular season in this episode as well. So let's get into it. Now, before we go any further, this year we did improve. We won 78 games, which is pretty good. We're constantly improving. We have a pretty good squad. We might, depending on how well people develop, we might make the playoffs next season. But let's go to the offseason, see who wins the World Series. The Indians defeat the Dodgers. So there we go. Cleveland wins the World Series 2022. Let's get into the offseason. I bet you Votto retires. And he did. He wasn't going to probably play for us next year. His contract was up. He probably would have been a bench bat. So good for Votto on retiring. Didn't get that ring, but Hall of Famer in my opinion. And yeah, there we go. Hall of Famer, Joey Votto. So finished with a career average of 309. So our staff is all good, all A's. So that will help players. That'll improve them. They'll be happy. We have no exclusive free agents, so we're not going to lose anyone. If someone's interested in a trade, we can't trade in this franchise. If you guys are new to the franchise, first episode, I highly recommend you watch the other ones and come back to this. But basically, we can't do any trades. We're only building the team through the draft. So let's take a look. Arbitration, Tyler Stevenson. This looks a little different. There was a patch that came out recently. It looks like they added some things for franchise here. I don't remember them saying the potential overall and age all right there. I don't think it ever showed the potential. I think that's the new thing. So Stevenson was our starting catcher this year. Hit 14 home runs. Nothing crazy, but a solid catcher. How many years of service time? 3? Let's give him a 3-year deal. That way, worst case scenario, if I don't love him in 3 years, we can then get a draft pick for him leaving. So let's just sign him for that. And Zarate has been a pretty good outfielder for us. Hit 20 home runs this past year, stole 30 bags. A good player. What was his wins above replacement? 3.8. Again, another guy. I'd love to do a 3-year deal. That way, when he's a free agent in 3 years, if we don't need him, we can then get a draft pick. And then Rodriguez, 3 years of service time. And Rodriguez has 4 years of service time. Improved quite a bit contact for his left. I mean, he's been our shortstop for the last 4 years. I mean, he's a solid shortstop. Nothing crazy. I mean, this actually past year, worth 3.9. We'll give him a 2-year deal. That way, when he's a free agent 2 years, if we don't like him, like I mentioned before, we can lose. Well, if we lose him, we get a draft pick. So that's all done. Let's go and look at tender contracts. So, all this I'm just going to do, they definitely did add the potential to it, which I like. So, shout out to San Diego Studios for adding that. Like when I'm looking here, because a lot of times I'll hit triangle and look to see their potential. It's on the top left. Now it's right there. So, let me go sign all these guys, and then we'll move forward with the episode. All right, so I went through, signed, or I always say signed, offered them contracts, did all that. Let's take a look at the 40-man, make sure it's all good. I don't think we're going to be losing. I don't care if we lose guys who are not draft picks of ours. Like, if another team wants them, go ahead. What is this? They added some stuff to this. What is that little name next to the little icon next to Rex, Duncan, and Mateo? Let's take a look. It doesn't say. If you guys know what that is, please meet me in the comments down below. I don't know. It looks like that they deserve a call-up, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. Or does it mean they're eligible for the Rule 5 draft? No, they're not eligible for the Rule. Maybe they deserve a call-up. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. I wish in the help screen it would tell us this. But it doesn't. Let me just double check. Yeah, it doesn't say. Let's just see. Closers. I do want Montoya on. Is he eligible for the Rule 5 draft? He's not, but I do want him on. I think he should be on the Major League bullpen next year, so let's add him. All right, that's all good. Cabrera is our new first baseman moving forward. Can't field, but the dude should hit really well. Senzel's at second base. Clay Smart right now is like our backup. Perez at third. We do have James Short, who is our future third baseman probably. Shortstop is still probably one of our weaker positions. Even though Rodriguez isn't bad. Outfield is probably our strength. We almost have too much. And I'm almost in the mindset in this next draft that we shouldn't draft outfielders, unless it's just like obviously the best position to draft, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So there's really not a lot for us to do this offseason, so we can just start simulating. See what happens. We can't play free agency. We're just building the team through the draft. Gary Sanchez is a Cub. I wonder what's happening with Wilson Contreras then. Berrios is a Met. Aaron Judge is a Blue Jay. Wow. Benintendi's an Angel. Castro's a Giant. Bregman's a Pirate. What a crazy offseason. These are huge names. Josh Bell's a Cardinal. Edwin Diaz is a Brave. Sean Manaea is a Stro. Fulmer is a National. Bruce Maxwell's a Mariner. Our 40-man's fine. Taillon's a Red Sox. Swanson's a Mariner. David Dahl's a Diamondback. Alright, so it looks like we're still waiting on Stevenson to accept that, but I'm going to offer him arbitration too, just in case he doesn't, we don't lose him. So there we go. And I think he's going to get more than $1 million, but I want to make sure he's locked up. Alright, let's keep it going. Musgrove is a Rocky. Puig is a Mariners are signing a good amount of people. Did I not? Oh, I offered him a contract as Peterson. He's not one of our draft picks. I don't care if we don't sign him. I think we're pretty much good, though, moving forward. Garcia's a Pirate. Anderson's a Dodger. Hayward is a Red Sox. Arenado's already down to an 85. He's only 31. And they traded Meeks for Lamet. Wow. Haniger's a Twin. Mancini's a Brewer. Snell's a Twin. All right. Kiermaier's a freaking Twins, man. Gamble's a Red Sox. Wonder how Clutch feels about that. Let's go to the Rule 5 draft. You guys want me to take people in it, but I'm not going to. I'm not taking people in it. We are going to skip our selection. We have the 13th pick in this draft, which means we're going to have the 13th pick in the following Rule 4 draft, which happens in June. So we have that. And why is it continuously going? There we go. I'm just going to send the offseason. I can't do any trades. Corbin's a Royal. Make sure renew contracts. That's all good. So let's go to spring training. And let's go to the regular season. And then let's make sure our team is all set. But wait, what is our budget looking like? Easy money. We're still making a good amount of money. Let's make sure our scouts are good. International is... West would be the only one to upgrade. And no one to upgrade. So, let's take a look. Transactions, roster history. Let's take a look at starters. Hunter Green, I want on the team. He's an 80 overall, 8 potential. It says unknown, but he was a draft pick by the Reds a few years ago in real life. Stevenson definitely is an 89. Romero definitely is an 85. Stevens maybe is a long man. Maley, 82 definitely. And then we got these guys who we have Landon Blue, who had an amazing rookie year, a pretty damn good second year. We definitely want Landon on the team. So let's call him up. We have a lot of depth in our rotation, which is good because if like a guy struggles, let's say Blue really struggles this year, well, we have other options like these guys here, Mercado, Lawrence, Fiorelli is a draft pick of ours, Connor Gill's a draft pick of ours, so that's good. Rex Stucken, let's call him up. Don't know what that means. Does it mean like they're homer prone? I'm looking at it's like a bat with a ball hitting it and then 2 arrows pointing up. Don't know what that means. I really have no idea. It's bugging me. I'm going to look into that. So, there's our starters. Relievers. Nivar was a 9th round pick or a 9th selection in our very first draft. Deep potential, but he's had a good career. He's overall has slowly increased every year too. So we definitely want him on the squad. Definitely Peralta. He was an international free agent by the Reds, so we can use him. Garrett, draft pick, so we can use him. Same with Lorenzen. We probably will not have on the team because we have Tejada, Rivas, and then I'd rather Montoya. Delgado's a 72 overall. We had 3 closers in last year's draft. All of them are C potential. 2 of them are pretty close, and I think they'll make their way to the team. So I am going to send down Weiss. He'll clear waivers, and I want to call up Montoya. And let's just make sure the rotation looks good. Actually, we probably have too many people. I will probably call down... No, Nivar is a low overall, but he pitches well every year. Except his rookie year, he's done pretty solid. But I want to give Montoya a chance. We're going to call down Nivar. We have enough lefties, too. So unless Nivar has no options, he has options, we'll send him down. So that's our bullpen. That's a pretty damn good bullpen with Rivas, Peralta, Tejada, 385s or higher. And then young guys. The rotation looks really good. This is going to be the strength of our team is pitching. So let's go back and build up the lineup now. So catchers, we got 3 on the team. I will probably send down Chavez just because he has the potential. I want him to play every day. Stout, is a guy I'm very high on with the power. Chapman is just another body, but we're going to call down Chavez. So let's go do that. Send him to AAA. He has to clear waivers. Crap. Well, he'll clear it probably. First baseman, we got Cabrera. And I might call up this. I want to because we don't have a backup first baseman. But he's so bad it'd be pointless. So Cabrera is our first baseman. Second base, I'm just going to release this Dixon. But we're going to probably call it Clay Smart. The dude can hit. He can't really field, but the dude can hit, so I want him on the team. Hamill's a project, so let's call up Smart, call down Dixon. Oh, he's already being called down, so let's call up Smart. You know what I'm going to do with this dude? I can't release him, actually, because every year I have to do the same thing with this Dixon dude. All right, we'll do it later. Third base, Gonzalez. Yeah, he was an international free agent, so we can use him. Morales, but I don't know why Perez is not on the team. He's been our third baseman the last 2 years. James Short, keep him in the minors. A potential, high on him. So we got to call up Perez from AAA. So let's do that. We have one too many guys on the Major League team. We have to call down one more guy at the end of this. Shortstops, we have Jeter Downs, and for some reason Rodriguez is not on the team. We have to call up Rodriguez. Outfield, we have Winker, Trammell, who was a draft pick, 81 overall. Clemens, we'll probably call down Clemens. Keep Scott White. Richardson and Zarate have been players for us. Richardson can hit, so call up Richardson, Zarate. Probably call down Winker. And definitely call down Irving. And we have Damon, who's very close to being. We have way too. We are not drafting any outfielders. That's a fact. All right, so Richardson I want on the team. Clemens, we're gonna send. Don't want to release him. I want to send him down. He'll clear waivers. Send you down. And then we have to call up. I want to call up Zarat. I don't know what to do with Trammell. I don't love the player, but maybe he develops. He has an A potential, so we'll play him. Winker I'll probably send down. Just because of the playing time. Alright. So we have 25 people on the team. Let's build the lineup. So, I want Zarate in center. I want Perez at third. Shortstop, I want... Oh, we never called up that shortstop, did we? We can call down Morales, excuse me. We'll call down Morales. And we'll call up... Where is he? Wait, was this guy one of our draft picks? I think he was. I think it was a draft pick from last year. I'll probably use him. Good speed, solid fielding, good contact. Let me double check that. I think it was one of our picks last year. Yep, 8th round pick. Or 8th pick in the draft. There's no 8th round. So let's call him up. 22-year-old. Even though he's only a C potential, dude can play. He's not going to develop, but he's going to play. Jeter Downs at short. Oh, I don't want that. I want Nakamura there. And then outfield, Richardson. There we go. Do we have a backup first baseman? We may just not have one. Oh, Perez, our third baseman, can play at backup first. All right. So, let's see here. Shortstop there. Richardson. Which I want Zarat. I'm going to probably have Richardson on the bench to start the year. He didn't hit as well as I thought he would. I want to give Trammell a chance. I definitely want Scott White. I like Zarat. His fielding is great. So when he hits 20 home runs and steals 30 bags, let's have Zerot play. So let's do bat second. Let's have Senzel. Let's have Cabrera the lead off. He shouldn't hit well. Senzel, Scott White, Zerot, Trammell. There we go. What do you guys think of this lineup? I mean, I don't know if the lineup's going to be amazing, but I think with our pitching, it shouldn't have to be amazing. It just has to be pretty good. And I think it will be. I definitely want you in here. And where am I screwing up? All right, third base. Where's the third baseman? Perez. There he is. And then we can put Richardson in right field. And then, okay. Like, I'm hoping Scott White becomes like a star, which his potential went down, but his overall is still there. I mean, Senzel is a borderline star. Like, we're just hoping these guys make that next, like, just jump up big time, you know? Hopefully it happens. We'll see if it does. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs this year. I wouldn't be shocked if we do. But I think I want to be a 500 team. That is what I want. I want to be a 500 team. Trammell and Wright is fine. He's got a good... And our defense should be pretty solid. I think it should be pretty solid. That looks good. All right, now let's just put... Was it Senzel's batting second? There we go. Okay, that's good. Let's see how we're ranked, like, if we look at the standings. 28 still? 30th in defense? For real? There's 30 teams you guys didn't know. 16th in pitching. Like, where is our defense so bad? I know Cabrera's not good. Yeah, that's bad. Senzel, though, 72. Well, that's average. Scott White, 73. Zarate's 85. Trammell, 76. Richardson normally doesn't play. That's off. That's in the American League. Stevenson, 68. Yeah. Nakarone, yeah, 73. Okay, maybe. Maybe. In the minors, we'll just have them fix that, and then we'll update it and make sure it's all good. So let's get into the season, boys. All right. So we lose our first game. Good start. Good start. All right. AAA has one too many players. So let's call one guy down. There we go. I'll fix that. All right. Now let's make sure the lineup looks good in the minors. I want Chavez playing over Hudson. Hudson's a 31-year-old. I want Clemens playing in the outfield over Irving. I think that's it. And then let's do that again. Clemens over Longley, and then we already have the catcher there. And then Double-A, James Short. I don't know what that is. That like the new? That must be a new top. You know what? I think that's a top prospect thing. I think. Let's take a look. So we had Rex Duncan, who had the little thing on it. Short, who had the thing on it, and there was that other pitcher, Mateo. That must be it. And I'm gonna double check this by. Okay, let's go to the Twins. Let's go to Philly because they have Faulkner and Franco. Let's see if they have that next to their thing. Where are the Phillies? Here we go. Yep, that's what it is. So that's the new... That must just be an error. I don't know why that's the new top 50 prospect thing, but that's what it is. So, whatever. Now, you guys keep telling me do manual scouting. Every time I try it, I feel like they do a better job, the scouts. And I did make sure, because I know last episode I accidentally left it, because I did try doing it on my own, and I left it on manual. But if we go to mode-specific options, it's on automatic now. But I do want to... Where is scouting? I do want to kind of tell them I want to look at some shortstops. And maybe some guys... None of these guys. So I'm going to let them search for players and discover them. And then we'll check like in a month and a half. And we'll manually scout some shortstops who can help us out. Right now, we're kind of chilling around 500, which isn't too bad. I mean, we'll see how weak the division is. Maybe the division's weak and we can sneak in the playoffs with like 84, 85 wins. Maybe. Right now, we're 23 and 22. 5.5 back Brewers are definitely doing well, but there's 2 wild card spots, and we're a half a game behind one. We're now ranked 26, so we've gone up 2 spots. And we don't need an outfielder. Maybe another starter, maybe a catcher, but all these guys have like an MLB ETA of 1 to the future. The first baseman here, I don't think he's going to be around when we're up, but Lamont Madsen looks like a stud. Let's scout this Pedroza guy, though. He may not be like a super hot. That bat looks good. We definitely want to scout him. He's from the Central. Let's have Wright scout him. Same with Jarvis. Let's have Rudolph scout Jarvis. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of mix maybe on this. Like, we'll do manual and have them find players for us. Do we need a second baseman? We have Senzel, but Senzel can play other positions, but there's a lot there. Third base, we could definitely use a new guy at third. But all these guys are projects, so it'll take some time. And we do have actually an A potential guy in the minors. I forgot about him. All these guys are projects at short, so we don't need outfielders. I mean, relievers are never a bad thing. Let's go just let's go ahead and a little bit further and take a look and see what's out there. When do we play the Brewers again? So we're 2 games over 500. I think the draft is in 1 day. So let's see. Now, how many? We were at the 13th pick, I believe. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 blue chips. So let's say those 10 are gone. Who do I want next? Let's sort by potential, and let's just assume all blue chips are gone. What could I really like? First baseman here, he could be a few years away, but I have no problem with that. We can let him develop. A closer, maybe. Another bullpen, a catcher here, Figueroa, that could be a good pick. That guy's going to be gone probably. We don't need an outfield, even though, I mean, unless there's an outfield that has like 80 power or something like that. I don't know, but I guess this first baseman here, another guy, I'll take Slinger maybe. Now we have to start drafting based off of need, not just like best player available. We need to get players to help us out. We don't need another outfielder, so hopefully there's a blue chip available. There are none. Okay. So there's this catcher Figueroa who I'm okay with taking. He's definitely a project, but looks pretty damn good. He's 20, so he's not too old. And no need for an outfielder. First baseman, Robra, could have pretty good power, above average to well above average power. Now we have catchers in the system, so I would probably lean towards Robra over the catcher. Starting pitcher, shortstop, who's 24, is going to take some time. There is Slinger as well. But let's take, actually there's a good amount of first basemen, but we have like none in the system that we can use. It's Cabrera, and that's it. And then Trujillo, who's a 45 overall. So let's take Robra. His first name's Lindsay, so she looks like a good prospect, though. Let's take her. And let's move on to our next pick. I don't think we're going to be making a competitive pick in round B. So let's see. There's a starter here. Sandy. We might as well just take guys with female names. Probably am going to take them. Ooh, Figueroa is available. Let's take Figueroa. Is Sandy going to get taken? Oh, no. Pittsburgh took her. We'll see how good Sandy is. We'll check with Pittsburgh after the draft. A center fielder here, unless he has an elite skill. 75 speed, could have great contact. That I might do. Closers, I'll probably take the closer. McDermott's only 19. This other guy's 25. A couple starters. There's another first. He's 22, though. 21. Let's take this other first baseman. We have a good amount of... We took so many closers. So let's take another first baseman and just see which ones pan out, which ones don't. I'll take this 19-year-old closer. We have a good amount of starters in the system, and relievers can be volatile, and I will probably use relievers to get draft picks. I'll let them sign in free agents. I will take the center fielder now. I know he's probably not going to have a great potential, but 75 speed, could have 80 stealing, so there's value there. And if he can hit a little bit, in the 4th round. I mean, I'm hoping to get maybe like a backup, a speedster off the bench. We're going to need that. I'll probably take the star pitcher here. He's only 18. He's a bit of a project. And we have one more pick in the 6th round and see how we do. I'll probably just take a shot on... I'll do another first baseman. Let's just get more of them. We could have taken the reliever, but we have a good amount of those, so... See how we did in the draft. Good draft. I like that draft. 4 B potentials, and then the 3 Ds. Or actually, that's technically F, I think. But... Robroff, now he's only a 45 overall, kind of like the other first baseman we had, but he's an 87 potential, and he does have good durability, so he should be able to play every day once he eventually gets good. There's a little bit of right-handed power and left-handed power. That's probably going to be the strength of his talent. He's a project, 21 years old, but 87 potential is good. Figueroa, another guy who's a project. I think the Sandy, was it Huff, was probably going to be a better pick, but we'll see. Singer's a 40 overall, so these guys are projects. And McDermott, 68 overall, B potential. He could help out. Good per 9s. And then Loomis, D potential. Like I said, there's good speed. There's good contact. He still could be used. There's still use there as a speedster off the bench. And these last 2 guys are just shots in the dark. Another first baseman, 45 overall. They're not good enough to be backups, though. That's the problem. All right. So we need to find Pittsburgh. Wrong direction. Okay. We took the right player. Did we miss on anyone that we were thinking of? This Vernon guy, I guess we missed on him. Never mind, he's 25 years old. I don't care if he's in 90 potential. He's 25. I don't think this guy was available. I think he was one of those blue chippers. Same with Bradford. I'm not seeing anyone that we missed. King, I think he was a blue chip prospect. Warner was a blue chip prospect. He looks good. Yeah, I think this is the first baseman I really wanted. This is probably would have been my number 1 pick, and he has a great mustache. Look at that power. No fielding, but yeah, that's a good player. So I don't think we really missed out on a whole lot, or anyone we're looking at. I guess we missed out on this guy, but we don't need another outfielder, but we could have drafted him. Ooh, that's a pick we missed on. Robert Coe. Oh, that's a bad... Wow, Giants, that's a bad draft. That's a really bad draft. Eddie Warren, a third baseman. Ooh, look at that. Morales. The Dodgers had a good pick there. But that's enough of that. See how the team's doing. Stevenson's really struggling. Wow. 5.86 ERA. Romano, has been great. A 1.53 ERA. That's nice to see. And he's always been pretty mediocre. He's consistent at it, but not this year. Maley, 3.99, I'll take it. Hunter Green, 3.45, that's huge. This guy needs to develop. And Landon Blue, a 4.43, but I think he'll turn that around. Stevens, as the long man's been great. Montoya has been amazing. That's why I wanted him. I thought he could have a really good help the team out. Lorenzen's really struggling. Garrett's struggling. Tejada's struggling. Let's move Peralta and switch those guys around. Rivas has been great as our closer. So that's good. Our lineup, Cabrera leading off, only hitting 243. Now, he is getting on base at 317. I might change that around. Senzel batting second, 262, 10 home runs. Scott White, 306 average. Not much power, but 305 average, Zerat's only 232. Trammell's 237. Richardson, 118 at bats. He's hitting 280. But he doesn't play unless he pinches hit. Tyler Stevenson's doing very well. 291, 7 home runs. The shortstop, Nakamura, 265, 2 home runs. Perez at third base. So our offense is not helping us out right now. But we are only 5 out of the division. Yeah, we're only scoring 225 runs, but our pitching is good. I might call up. So Duncan is struggling a little bit in AAA, but I'm going to let him continue. Mateo, I want him playing more over Cody Reed. Do we have, Nevar's doing all right in the minors? Who are some other draft picks of ours? Matt Wood was a draft pick of ours, but he's a starter. He's doing well in AA. Mercado's doing all right. I'll let these guys continue working AA. How about the lineup? Winker in AAA is not really doing great. Neither is Rodriguez. Damon's doing all right. He's getting hot. He was one of our high picks. Johnny Damon. Chavez at catcher's really struggling. I mean, he has average fielding, but great arm at catcher. that bat ever develops. Peterson's not a draft pick of ours. Clemens is 5 home runs only. The power never really developed, really. Not yet. It can. So what can I continue this? I think some of our guys will play better. Let's see. So when do we play Milwaukee again? Oh, jeez. Well, we just played them, and we won 2 out of 3, it looks like. But we were losing a lot of other games other than that. Not a good June. Let's continue. I mean, we can't make any trades, but I'm going to stop at the trade deadline and just see where we're at as a team and maybe call someone up. So we are 50 and 56. Last place in the division, but only 12. I mean, 12's a lot, but it's just because the Brewers are taking over it. Wild card, we're 9 back. It's not looking good. Stevenson's still struggling. Romano, still doing all right. Blue is struggling. He's pitching better now. Do we call up Rex? No, Rex Duncan's not ready. He's one of our top prospects. Lawrence is doing well. I mean, we might call up some of these guys from AA to AAA. Let's do that. So, Mercado. He's one of our draft picks. Let's call him up to AAA. Same with Lawrence. Gutierrez is not a draft pick of ours, so I'm going to send him down. Mosket, I don't care about you. Connor Gill's a draft pick of ours. Ricky Davis is not. All right, so let's fix that up. And let's put Mercado and Lawrence. So now we get, and that's bugging me. There we go. Delgado isn't one of our draft picks. He's doing pretty well in AA. We'll let him stay there as a reliever. Rivas has been great. He might get reliever of the year. I don't know why his overall's going down. Not as good as he was last year, but I don't know how you could. Lorenzen's still struggling, but I want to keep him on the team because I think he's a free agent at the end of the year and we can get a draft pick. Let's take a look at that, actually. Who is a free agent at the end of the year? Peralta. So this is what this offseason, guys, we're going to get a lot of extra draft picks because Peralta's a free agent. I'm going to let him walk. Give him a qualifying offer. We should get a pick. Winker, he could have been a free agent at the end of the year, but that's not going to happen. He's in the minors, but that's fine. Romano, we're going to re-sign him. He's doing really well. We're going to re-sign him. Lorenzen's a free agent. We're going to let him walk. So there's 2 extra draft picks. I think that's it. Garrett we'll give him, so we might get 3 extra draft picks, guys. So that's not too bad. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the lineup. Senzel, I mean, the power is there. He's going to probably hit a career high in power, but the average and on base is not. Scott White is really struggling this year, but his overall's going up. Zerat, not hitting at all this year. Trammell, I think it's best to keep him playing with that 8 potential. Perez, I mean, the power's there at 11 so far. It's going to probably be higher than last year, and the average is up, so he's having a bounce-back year. Stevenson, I mean, he's one of the bright spots in our lineup. Nakamura, I mean, 265, 15 stolen bases. A WAR of 1.7, not bad for a 22-year-old rookie. And how's Cabrera, the first baseman, doing? 240. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have, who else would we put lead off? Stevenson, maybe? But I don't know if he's going to continue hitting like how he is. And I want the 22-year-old who has 3 years of service time to continue playing. I mean, Richardson, he's improving, especially versus left. And I think next year, I don't know, we'll figure out. We got a glut of outfielders. But, well, I mean, how many at-bats does Richardson have? 218. So he's about half the at-bats that, like, Trammell is getting and Zerat's getting. I do want Zerat to play because of the fielding, but his durability is not great. Trammell's durability is good. Scott White's durability is good. So it's really, when Zerat's not playing, that's when Richardson plays. And then if they need a pinch hitter, I bet they bring in Richardson. So we'll continue simulating. Maybe we get hot in the month of August, or we start off with like a 6-game losing streak. Like I said, I would love to get to 500. All right, let's stop here. We're 65-71. We might be close. The Cubs have overtaken the Brewers. Wow. Okay, we're not going to make the playoffs unless we somehow overtake the Cubs. Hopefully we have like 6 games left with the Cubs. There's 3 there, and that's it. So, well, let's go up to that series and see what happens. Ooh, are we only 5 games back of them? 7 back of the division? Alright, so the division, we could. The reason why I say we could is because we play these teams. So here's the Cubs, there's Milwaukee. They're on the road. If we can win these next 6 games, we're in business. Nope, not. I really hope we win these last 3 games. I would love to be 500. Man, so close. Not so close, but close. Let's see if we can get to 500. Actually, before we do that, I do want to kind of just take a look at this real quick. With the roster history, we can kind of see where we got a lot of these picks. I always like seeing this. I'm not sure if you guys care. Like, so Maley, we can see how they're, because once the season ends, you can't see the screen, which is stupid. So Maley was a draft pick, none of ours. Let's go to 2018. So Rivas, our closer, was a 7th round pick that year. Pretty damn good closer. He's struggling a little bit compared to, this is probably his 2nd or 3rd worst year of his career, actually. So maybe not the best year for him. Nevar, that reliever, the deep potential. He just got called up. He has a 2.25 ERA in 4 innings, but that was a 9th round pick. Morales was a 3rd baseman. He just is like a utility guy. Chavez, the 3rd round pick. That catcher who is improving. When Stevenson's gone, this is our catcher, and I think he really might turn into a hitter. He really actually might. Don't sleep on him. Clemens, a 6th round pick. There's some power there. Cabrera in that 2018 draft was our 1st round and our 2nd round pick. 24 home runs for the first baseman. Not too bad. 255 average. A WAR of only 0.9 because his fielding so bad. Scott White was our 1st round pick. That was a good draft. That was a good draft, guys. In 2019, Richardson was a 4th round pick. Look at that contact first left his time at 92. I think he has to be in our outfield next year. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. I want to meet in the comments down below. What should our outfield be next year? I think definitely we're going to have maybe Trammell. He hit 243, 17 home runs, still 20 bags. Maybe we take out Zarat and his good defense because he really didn't hit this year. He might get 20-20 in these last 3 games, but his potential's going down. We got him in the 4th round. So in this same round, we got Richardson and Zarat. Montoya, a closer in the 7th, had a 2.87 ERA in 97 innings out of the bullpen. Another really good pick. Tejada was our 1st round pick, a reliever who hasn't really put together yet, but he does have a good amount of potential. The 2020 draft, we got Landon Blue in the 6th round, who's regressed every single year. But I'm still high on the kid. He's only 22. Perez in the 2nd round of that draft, a 3rd baseman. 15 home runs, might steal 15 bags this year. Not bad. Clay Smart in the 2020. So that was it for the 2020 draft so far. The 2021 draft, we're in year 2023 by the way. 2021, we got this 2nd baseman, Clay Smart, hit 283 as a bench player. He may be, I'm not sure if the fielding will ever be good enough, but I think he's probably suited as a bench bat. But there's value there. A WAR of 1.1, so he's a net positive player. And then last year in the 8th round, we got Nakamura, who 261, 23 bags, only 4 home runs, but the power's on his game. Average fielding, got some speed, a wins above replacement of 2. So that's not bad, and that's it. So let's finish the season, see if we get to the awards, and end the video, boys. We win 79-83. I believe we did improve, correct? Yes, we improved by 1 game. So every year we have improved, which is good. We just have to get into the playoffs. We were 8 out of the division. We were 11 out of the wild card. But there's not like a dominant team in this, and we're not ranked 25th. Contact is good. I think power is the weakness of this team. Senzel hit 29 home runs, so there's power there. Scott White only hit 13. I'm down on that. I'm not high on that. Cabrera hit 24. Zarat hit 19. I think moving forward, he's going to be the odd man out. I don't know, unless you guys talk me out of it. Good vision. So he gets, I believe that will help him not strike out, correct? No, he's still striking out quite a bit. Taylor Trammell didn't have a great year, but with that potential, good fielding. He plays every day. His WAR was, how high was his WAR? He's a negative player, actually, so I don't know. If you care a lot about WAR and I like it, I don't think it's the best stat in the world, but it's good stat to quantify a player. Zarat had a positive WAR. Turama was negative. Richardson, in only 304 at-bats, and he played 134 games, but he probably just had like one at-bat a game, had a 2.8 wins above replacement. So keep that in mind. Stevenson ended up hitting over 300 with 17 home runs. He had a WAR 4.9. That's really good. Now, he's going to be our catcher next year, definitely. And we really like these other guys. So, Stevenson, I think if he bounces back, Romano pitched well, Manley pitched well, Green struggled at the end, but he's now an 84 overall, so not too bad. Let's take a look at awards. We didn't get any. Harper and Strasburg got MVP and Cy Young. Banto went to Happ and Goldie. Rookie of the Year, Santana and Castaneda. Castaneda's a great name. We didn't get any awards, so I guess how's Acuna doing, excuse me? He can never hit for average in these franchises. At least he's hitting over 30 home runs. But, yeah, I think that will be it for the video. I guess we can take a look at top prospects. Rex Duncan is now at 7. He's like a 94 potential. He was like the number 2 or 4 pick for us. We also have James Short, a third baseman. Ooh, he's improving. Now he has to get durability and fielding. I'm not sure. He might, unfortunately, be a DH, which in this franchise is not ideal. Mateo, another starter, a 75 overall now. He improved quite a bit. He's only 20. So we got him in the minors too. Anyone else? I think that's it. Yep. So that will be it for the video, guys. A little bit long, but I hope you did enjoy it. Please drop a like if you did. I'll talk to you later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.